All right, good evening, everyone. I'd like to call to order the regular meeting of the Council of the Corporation of the Municipality of Kincardine at 5 p.m. on May 27th, 2026 in the Council Chambers at the Municipal Administration Center. Roll call this evening, Deputy Mayor Hinchberger, Councillor Blackwell,
Present.
Councillor Kavanagh,
Present.
Councillor Pranger, Councillor Steinoff-Gray,
Present.
Councillor Stewart,
I did have a shower present.
Councillor Williams,
Present.
Councillor Blackwell, please.
As representatives of the municipality, we have been entrusted to act as stewards for the community in which we live and work. We recognize the importance of learning the full history of this land, our place within its long story, and our responsibility as treaty people. I would like to acknowledge that we are meeting on traditional lands and treaty territory of the Saugeen Ojibwe Nation, which includes the Chippewas of Nehwashan-Ceded First Nation and the Chippewas of Saugeen First Nation. We deeply appreciate the contributions that Indigenous people have made and continue to make, both in caring for this land and strengthening our community and respective nations. As a public service organization, we are committed to actions that move us towards a journey of truth, healing, and reconciliation with the Saugeen Ojibwe Nation.
Before we go further into the agenda, I'd like to pause just a moment and acknowledge the passing of Dave Kyler. Dave was a municipal employee. He had been here for 23 years, and he passed away this past weekend. Dave was a dedicated member of our municipal staff as an outside maintainer. You'd always see him working around Kincardine. As I said, for 23 years, and then he, I'm not sure, is it a promoted or what happens there when you move from an employee to a municipal councillor? So Dave also served a term as a municipal councillor from 2018 to 2022, and we extend our sincere condolences to Joyce and the rest of his extended family. The celebration of life is this Saturday from 1 to 4? This Friday. Yeah, Friday from 1 to 4. Or is it a week from? Oh my gosh. The obituary is on the website, the Davy Linklater Funeral Home. You can get the details, or if you choose to make a charitable contribution. June 12th. Okay, 3 weeks. So our condolences go out to the family of Dave Kyler. I'd also like to take a moment to introduce our new Deputy Fire Chief, James Marshall. And we're glad that you're here this evening, James. He will be exiting soon to go to some fire training tonight. Chief Marshall brings over 18 years of leadership and expertise in operation, fire prevention, and training. He was the fire chief and community emergency management coordinator in Lambton Shores, overseeing 5 stations. And his prior experiences also include London Fire, Perth, and Huron County, as well as currently being an instructor at the Ontario Fire College. Chief Marshall is also a certified fire investigator and a level 2 fire inspector. So welcome, James. Thank you for choosing to make Kincardine a place where you're going to spend some time. And we do appreciate your the wisdom and experience that you've brought with you. So thanks very much. Okay. We need a mover and seconder that council approve the following addition to the agenda. 1.9.0, an additional reason to go into closed session, being a proposed or pending acquisition or disposition of land by the municipality or local board, specifically Bruce K. Holdings, Gary Street Development Update. Mover and seconded by Councillor Kavanagh and Councillor Williams. Any discussion? All in favor? That's carried. I'd like to remind councillors to disclose any pecuniary interest in the general nature thereof, either now or as it arises during the meeting. We need a mover and seconder that the minutes of the council meeting held on May 13, 2026 be adopted as printed. Moved by councillors Stewart and Blackwell. All in favor? And that's carried. All right, now we need a mover and seconder of the council, move into the Committee of Adjustment meeting, and upon completion, return to council. Councillor Williams and Steinoff Gray, all in favor, and that's carried. Okay, so and sure enough, there they go. As soon as the meeting gets the tiniest bit boring, away they go. Okay, fire training. Okay, I'd like to call the Committee of Adjustment meeting of council to order at 5:05 on May 27th, 2026 in the council chambers. Once again, I'd remind councillors to declare any pecuniary interest in the general nature thereof, either now or as it arises. And, and we have we need a mover and seconder that the minutes of the Committee of Adjustment meeting held June 11th, 2025 be adopted as printed, if any of you can remember what they were. So moved by Councillors Stewart and Blackwell, all in favor, and those are carried. So we have on our agenda hearing for a minor variance, file number 2026-007. This is a hearing under the Planning Act. So if anyone from the public is interested in this application or wishes to receive a notice of the decision, there is an email address to send to that's available for Bruce County Planning. First, we'll receive the report from planning staff. Then the committee members will have an opportunity to ask technical questions. And then we'll hear from the public who are here in person, virtually, or who have submitted correspondence. Members of the public are advised that the right to appeal the decision on this application is limited to specified persons and public bodies as defined in the Planning Act, or the owner or applicant of the land subject to the amendment, who have provided oral or written comments to the committee on the application before the decision is made. And then after we've heard from the public, the committee will discuss and consider a recommendation on this application. All right, so I'd like to declare the hearing open, and I would ask the planner, Nagin Molei, to present the application. Thank you for being here this evening.
Thank you and good evening. Through you, Mayor Craig. The application before committee this evening is for a minor variance file number A-2026-007. If any members of the public wish to be informed of the decision for this application, please email bcplpe@brucecounty.on.ca or contact the clerk. The purpose of this application is to permit a reduction in the required exterior side yard setback from 5 meters to 3.8 meters. If approved, the variance would facilitate the construction of a sunroom addition to the existing dwelling. The subject property has a civic address of 1018 James Street and is located at the southwest corner of James Street and Mechanics Avenue. The property is surrounded by residential uses with some commercial uses further to the south. The property is designated primary urban community in the Bruce County Official Plan, residential in the Municipality of Kincardine Official Plan, and Zone Residential 1 in the Municipality of Kincardine Zoning Bylaw. There are no identified natural hazard, heritage features, or archaeological potential associated with the subject property. There are 4 tests of a minor variance, and the committee must be satisfied that the application meets the criteria to approve the minor variance. In terms of maintaining the intent and purpose of the official plans, the subject property is designated for residential use within a settlement area, and the proposed sunroom addition supports the continued use and improvement of an existing residential property. The proposal would not introduce a new land use or would it alter the established residential character of the property or the surrounding neighborhood? For this reason, variance maintains the intent and purpose of both the Bruce County Official Plan and the Municipality of Kincardine Official Plan. Regarding the second test, the property is zoned residential 1 and the requested variance would reduce the exterior side yard setback from 5 meters to 3.8 meters to permit the construction of the proposed sunroom addition. Although the addition would be located closer to the road allowance than currently permitted, the requested reduction is limited. The addition would remain entirely on private property and would not encroach into the municipal road allowance. As such, the proposal maintained the intent and purpose of the zoning bylaw. In terms of whether the application is desirable for the appropriate development of the land, the proposed sunroom addition is considered appropriate for the property and compatible with the surrounding residential area. The addition would be located in generally the same areas as the existing deck, which is proposed to be removed and would support the continued residential use and enjoyment of the property by providing enclosed amenity space for the occupants of the dwelling. The proposal doesn't introduce a new use or intensify the property beyond its existing residential function. The variance reflects a practical design consideration of the existing dwelling and the corner lot configuration, and the addition is modest in scale, attached to the existing dwelling, and is not expected to create adverse impacts on the neighboring properties, the streetscape, or the broader residential character of the area. And finally, the requested variance is considered minor, as the proposed sunroom addition is modest in scale and is not expected to impact the residential character of the area. It is also not anticipated to affect the ability of adjacent property owners to use their properties for permitted residential purposes. The application was circulated in accordance with the Planning Act, and no objections were received by the public. Subject to any comments received at this hearing, the Bruce County Planning Department is recommending that the committee approve minor variance A-2026-007. Thank you for your time, and I would be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Negin. Are there any technical questions from any council members? Okay. Are there, is the applicant or the agent of the applicant here? Would they like to say anything?
Answer any questions.
Okay, welcome. Glad you're here. Is anyone else here from the public who would like to speak in support of the application? It's pretty minor, but I'm sorry, it's just the process we go through. Got to do it. Is there anyone here from the public with questions, concerns, or objections to the application? Negin, were there any other written submissions to the county? And if I can ask you, when you're speaking, if you get a little closer to the microphone, there were some very quiet. So people that are listening on YouTube like to be able to hear us. So that's just, so you got to get a little closer, that's all, when you're speaking. Okay. Any council members have any final questions before we close the hearing and discuss the application? Okay, thank you. All right, as per the resolution, we return back to our, now declare the hearing closed. No, there isn't.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes. Okay, we don't close it. We'll now consider a recommendation on the application. We need a mover and seconder that the Committee of Adjustment approve the minor variance from Aiden and Jen Club for the property described as 1018 James Street to permit a reduced exterior side yard setback from 5 meters to 3.8 meters to facilitate the construction of a sunroom addition. Moved by Councilors Blackwell and Williams. Any further discussion? All in favor? And that's carried. Thank you, Negin, for your presentation this evening. Congratulations, you got yourself a sunroom. So now we need a mover and seconder that the Committee of Adjustment adjourns at 5:15. Moved by Councilors Kavanaugh and Steinoff Gray. All in favor? And that's carried. Has been a while. Holy smokes. Oh, wrong meeting. Okay, so we move on to delegations and presentations, and this evening we have Kerry Kennedy, Callum Thompson, and Meredith Watson, who will provide an update on the Lake Huron Coastal Center and its activities. Welcome this evening. Glad you're here.
Thank you very much, Mayor. Now, I'm not sure. Am I speaking clearly enough into the mic? No.
The closer the better, that's for sure.
That work? Perfect. Okay, just want to make sure. Thank you so much for having us here today. We are representing the Lake Huron Coastal Center. My name is Kerry Kennedy, and I would like to do some introductions. Along with me is Callum Thompson. Callum was a participant in the Coastal Conservation Youth Corps program last summer. As you can see, here we are right on the shoreline south of the pier. And he was one of 12 engaged youth volunteers that came out. They undertook a variety of coastal topics and stewardship roles, monitoring, conducting restoration on the shoreline. And Callum's interest and passion extend beyond the program, and he continued to volunteer for other projects that we worked on with the town a little later in the summer. So we're very grateful for that. I would also like to introduce Meredith Watson. She's been with the Coastal Center for a year. Meredith and I are both stewardship program coordinators, and we are working together this year to bring the Coastal Conservation Youth Corps back to Kincardine. And we're also working on the Green Ribbon Champion program, a program that's being renewed and coming back. It'll be available for residents along the shore. Before diving into those projects a little bit, I would like to just get a sense of how many here have heard of the Lake Huron Coastal Center. Maybe give me a little wave or something. So yeah, good to know, because we aren't a building, we're not a center, but we're very much present and hope to raise awareness in the community. So we are a nonprofit charity. We've been around for a little more than 25 years. Conduct education and community science and try to engage the community in these shoreline issues. And right now, a staff of 1 part-time and 2 full-time, along with our executive director, Alyssa Barassa. Alyssa is moving to Kincardine in a few weeks' time, so you may have more delegations coming in the future. Our prompt for speaking today came last summer on Friday afternoon when Anne-Marie and Councillor Beth Blackwell came to the Youth Corps to present the youth with their certificates, but also to listen to their conversations about what they learned, reflections on the community, the shoreline, and engaging with them that way. And they suggested that the youth come to present. So I've got Callum here. I know there's another participant watching online. I couldn't quite get all of them out, but we're very happy to be here and share today. So here we are. And we first of all really want to express our gratitude for hosting the program and welcoming us to the community, supporting us. And we are announcing that we'll be back this summer from July 7th to 9th, again on the shoreline. So keep your eyes open for that. Our primary base has been out of Rotary Park using Station Beach as our classroom, and there's lots to do there. You can see the youth here planning restoration, removing invasives, putting up a little sand fencing to help trap that sand and keep it out of the marina. As an example, we have, we try to incorporate the Lake Huron coastal programs into the program for the youth. So this Green Ribbon Champion program that's going to be coming back for shoreline residents is a chance where we provide an assessment for shoreline residents, can make some suggestions and recommendations, and then actually help to implement some changes for a healthy shoreline. It was paused for a few years, but it's come back again. So at this point, I'm going to pass the mic over to Callum so that he can share his experience in the Lake Huron Coastal Conservation Youth Corps.
I went into coastal conservation with sky-high expectations, and even then, I'm glad to say that they have been beaten. Never before in this in my would have been 14 years living in this country, I spent the first 2 years out of it, have I truly felt like I've contributed something to this community as much as I have with coastal conservation. Whether it be removing harmful microplastics from the sand, to reintroducing lost biodiversity to the sand dunes, I feel like I have left something that'll be here long after I leave.
Thank you, Callum.
So yeah, thank you, Callum. That was great. Yeah, so we're excited to continue our work in Kincardine this summer. So in this whole year in 2026, really Kincardine has some unique coastal ecology, as well as we've had a incredible response from the community. Just last year, we had over 100 volunteers from the Kincardine area, and we hope to have that again this year. Yeah, through CCYC, through our Green Ribbon Champion Dune Restoration Program, as well as we'll be hosting a beach cleanup down at Station Beach again this year. So we encourage everyone to check out our website if you're interested in learning more, which is lakehuron.ca. We have lots of information about our programs as well as educational resources on there. So yeah, thank you so much. We have a few quotes from participants on the screen. And yeah, that's all from us.
Carrie and Meredith, thank you so much for your presentation. Council members, any questions for Clarity or Councillor Williams, please?
Thank you, through you. Thanks for your presentation. How do you advertise to kind of encourage youth to volunteers? I'm just thinking I have a son who's almost 16, and there's a lot of teenagers that need volunteer hours, and what a great way to contribute to the community. So just wondering how you advertise the opportunities.
Yeah, we advertise on social media. We have some posters up around, but social media is our main way of advertising. Carrie was in the high school today, so yeah.
I didn't get to every class, but yeah, we did some full class workshops and presented, and hopefully the word spreads. Please help us in spreading that word. We've got a little more space left.
So you will be in Kincardine from July 7 to July 9, and if anyone is interested in volunteering, check out your website and apply for a great experience. Just ask Callum, it'll be a great time. Right on. Councillor Blackwell, please.
Thank you. And through you, I just wanted to thank you guys for coming out. We chatted last summer, and I learned so much about what you were doing. It's so fantastic that you're pairing opportunities for youth with some stewardship at our beach, that we're really trying to improve safety and water quality and all those kind of things. So thank you for coming out, and thank you to Anne-Marie, our manager, for spearheading this project and securing some grant funds to allow it to come back. So yeah, it's just wonderful. And thanks so much for coming out and sharing that.
Councillor Stewart, please.
Thank you, through you, Chair. Once again, you do a great job. I'm going to ask you to come out to Invercargill once again. We try to get the cottagers convinced they need to leave or build the dunes, and every year we get a new one. So we're slowly getting there. We only have 20 more to go. So 20 more years, we'll have everyone building dunes again. Thank you.
And the Green Ribbon Champion program is a great vehicle for having those conversations along the shoreline. So also residents can register for that online.
All right, so thank you very much for the presentation. Now we welcome Brooke McLean, who will provide an update on the libraries in the municipality of Kincardine. And Brooke is the Director of Libraries at the County of Bruce. Welcome, Brooke. Glad you're here this evening.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here to talk about the libraries. I'm going to start by sharing some statistics across the library system. So as you may know, we have 17 library branches as well as a bookmobile that we provide services out of. So in 2025, we did grow the number of active card holders. So about 35% of county residents have an active library card that they use. We've seen continued growth in digital items such as our ebooks, e-audiobooks, and e-magazines, as well as our electronic resources, which include online newspapers through Pressbooks, digital learning courses through LinkedIn Learning, and Canopy, our online streaming service. We provide access to over 174,000 items. We offered over 2,000 library programs and had nearly 21,000 library participants. So in the municipality of Kincardine, we offer library services at both the Tiverton and Kincardine branches. In 2025, Tiverton circulated nearly 7,000 items to 358 cardholders. And at just over 1,000 square feet, Tiverton is our smallest library branch. However, they also offered 94 programs and saw 531 participants in that branch. And I will say that we had very strong engagement through the Summer Reading Club out of Tiverton, which was really, really wonderful to see. Over 2,300 people visited the Tiverton branch last year. Kincardine, on the other hand, is one of our busiest branches. So last year, we circulated over 50,000 items to over 4,300 cardholders. As well, staff provided 270 programs and saw 2,100 participants come out for those. So the Kincardine branch has seen quite an increase in terms of visits over the last few years. So since 2022, we've seen a 30% increase in the number of people coming through the doors. Last year, 39,000 people visited the Kincardine branch. So to support this, last year we invested over $75,000 in the first floor to revitalize that space. This change supported more modern library services. It expanded our children's area. We added an interactive play wall that reflects Kincardine's shoreline, an iconic lighthouse, and then added comfortable seating for children and caregivers as well. This year, we've budgeted to continue the project onto the second floor, extending that investment in our Kincardine branch to improve the space for teens, adults, as well as seniors. New reconfigured shelving and public lounge furniture would significantly improve the layout, accessibility, and enhance the aesthetics of the space. And these updates, we feel, would better support patron needs and provide a more welcoming community space. And then finally, I'll share that we are also undertaking a new library strategic plan and our first ever library master plan. So the strategic plan will set the direction for how the board makes decisions and delivers library services to the public, while the library master plan will guide investment in our libraries in the branches over the next 20 years. And so we are currently in the engagement phase. We are have a survey that's out until June the 7th and are engaging with residents, community partners, municipalities, and staff. Final plans for these are expected back in November. And that is the end of my presentation. I would be happy to take any questions.
Thank you so much, Brooke. Any questions from councillors? Councillor Williams, please.
Thank you, through you. How does the active cardholder and item circulated numbers compare to previous years? Are we seeing an increase in users?
We are seeing an increase in active card holders. The physical circulation has remained relatively stable at the Kincardine branch. Overall, we've seen a little bit of a decrease there, but a much larger increase in the number of digital items that are circulating.
Councillor Stewart, please.
Thank you, and through you, Chair. Thank you very much. Good presentation. I have a question, but first of all, I just want to make sure that everyone understands there's a survey out there.
There is.
And I filled it in, so just make sure we announce it, that everyone should get on a survey, because you're working on a strategic and really a master plan. I'd love to ask you a question, because I can't figure it out myself. Where do you see libraries in 20 years?
I love the question. We're still going to be here. I mean, the reality is people are always looking for information. Libraries have accurate, vetted information, which is really hard to come by these days, right? A lot of people are getting their information online. Whether that's accurate information they're finding. So I like to say that, you know, the library is going to be there to help you find the right information. You can Google anything. We can help you get the correct information you're looking for. We have things like Pressbooks that provides access to digital newspapers from around the world. So if you want to read the Wall Street Journal, you want to read the New York Times, you want to read the KW Record, you can still do that and consume those you know, news sources digitally through your library. We're going to keep building community and being there to respond to resident needs. So whatever those needs are 25 years down the road, libraries will be responsive to them.
So I'm just going to tag on that a little bit. My son plays the banjo, and his kids were excited about learning how to play something, and they went to the Kincardine Library, and they borrowed the ukuleles.
Yeah.
Like it's, yes, the ukuleles. So libraries aren't just about borrowing books anymore. Can you talk a little bit about the range of items that can be borrowed and utilized from the library, please?
Yes, I would love to. So we do have what we refer to as our library of things. So in addition to the ukuleles, which are wonderful, we circulate a number of tech kits, coding kits, robotics. We have sports kits and outdoor play kits. So think parachutes for kids and pickleball sets for adults and fishing rods and tackle boxes. We have sad lamps for the winter months, which we're finally out of, thankfully, but through fall and winter, those are very popular as well. We have hiking poles. You know, we have a wide variety. We have a PA kit or a PA system that we can loan to people. We have LED projectors that you can borrow. So a wide range of materials beyond books.
Councillor Blackwell, please.
Thank you. I was going to mention that too as well, because I know there's some really neat things that you can take out beyond just books or the electronic stuff. The other thing I just wanted to mention was you spoke about how many more people are maybe coming into the branch, which I think is always wonderful to see. But I also wanted to mention how appreciative I am that the library is also going to people using the bookmobile. My son's school has the bookmobile visiting, and he thinks it's the coolest thing on the earth. So he's gotten really more excited about going to the library as well, because he's had that exposure. And so I know that it's going to schools, it's going to senior homes, it's going to other places in our community where they may not have the same access. So I just think it's wonderful to see that we have such a vibrant library in our community, and it is something that people really engage with so much. So thank you for all that you're doing.
Thank you for that.
Councillor Kavanaugh, please.
Thank you very much. And while you listed a bunch of wonderful things there, I personally want to shout out all the makerspace things that have been coming in. I made a series of guitar pedal decals with a Cricut that I wouldn't be able to purchase otherwise. The 3D printer, the bamboo printer that's at the Kincardine Library that's new now is amazing, like out of this world. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Yes. We have a brand new 3D printer. It has a speed on it called ludicrously fast. It is so much faster than the older ones that we had, and this one is staying permanently in Kincardine. So we found that when we keep them permanently in a space, we're getting more people coming to use them because they know it's there all the time. So with the refresh we did on the first floor, we also purchased a new bamboo printer with multicolored filament abilities. So. Mm-hmm.
Before we get too carried away on this, it's your tax dollars hard at work. So, Councillor Stanoff-Gray, please.
Thank you, through you, Chair. One of the other things I was going to say is I really enjoy when the schools get to engage with the library. I've attended events where authors have read books to the children as like a class volunteer, and it's excellent. Like you see the kids light up, and you can see real time the way they're interacting with the book and the author when they're reading it. So I think it's a great program. Thank you.
Thank you.
So there we go. Good presentation, good questions. Thank you very much, Brooke. Pleased that you're here this evening. And speaking of which, we're moving on to the staff reports. We need a mover and seconder that council approve the request from the Kincardine Library for the replacement of flooring on the second floor of the library, and that council amend the 2026 operating budget to include $30,000 from the contingency reserve to support the project. Moved by councillors Stewart and Kavanagh. Any discussion? All in favor?
Brooke, you did it.
There we go. Lighthouse staircase replacement project. We need a mover and seconder of the council. Direct staff to have the current lighthouse staircase construction drawings changed from steel to a wooden design, and that council requests the mayor to consider including the construction of a wooden staircase in the proposed 2027 capital budget. Moved by councillors Steinhoff, Gray, and Blackwell. Discussion? Councillor Blackwell, please.
Thank you, through you. I appreciate this coming forward. It's a much more palatable number. I did have a question about longevity of the structure. So steel was obviously something that would have a really long lifespan. Do we have a sense of the lifespan of the wooden staircase? And also, just to tack on my two questions at the same time, do we have a sense of the structure as it is right now, that it's going to last this season?
Thank you for the question, and through you, Mayor. I'll answer the first question first. Obviously, a wooden staircase is a shorter lifespan than the steel one would. We are still looking in the 15-year range with regular maintenance on it, and that's something that we certainly would do going forward once the new structure is in place. As far as the current structure, our plan is regular inspections and maintenance to kind of get us through the year so we can get to that replacement time probably early next year, hopefully before the summer. So that's the goal, and with the current staircase being wood, we have some confidence in our staff's ability to make small repairs to issues as they come up, along with that regular inspection schedule.
Councillor Stewart, please.
Thank you, and through you, just wanted to thank you and your team. This one was a hard one to swallow, and you've come back and really hit a home run. And I agree with you. With the wood one, it'll be a lot easier for staff to replace and fix it up. So I'm hoping the mayor will put this in his budget, and we'll have it all ready for next year. Thank you.
And to that end, I would like to, if I may, propose a friendly amendment that it is also included in the council priority list, just as a reminder. Those are the ones that are supposed to be there. So just so that we don't forget them in the process. So,
Agreed.
Is that?
Do we need to make a motion?
No. Okay. Any further question? All in favor? That's carried. Inverhuron Upper Park Beach Volleyball Court Project. We need a mover and seconder that council amend the 2026 capital budget to add the Inverhuron Upper Park Volleyball Project in the amount of $8,500, funded by a sponsorship from Bruce Power. Moved by councillors Stewart and Steinhoff Gray. Discussion? Councillor Stewart.
Thank you. I'll try to make this short, but there should be something acknowledged, and we'll see if we can get the rest of the community on side too. But this group over here, made of Stu and Doug, the Inverhuron Nonprofit Association, you keep changing your name, but they were successful in raising some money. There was a huge survey done 2 years ago, and the survey was all in favor of some improvements. And all of a sudden, this came out of left field, and our friends at Bruce Power wanted to help us improve our park. So they decided that a volleyball court that we can probably have, Mike, probably ready by July 1st, we're hoping, so the kids can play with it. There has been some pushback from the community, and I understand that. One of the things that happened that didn't happen, I asked the Inverhuron District Ratepayer Association to put me on the agenda, and they slipped through the cracks. So from now on, I will be on all their agendas, because in the next 6 months, we have a lot of transition going on in the park. So just want to tell you that I will make sure that the staff and everything feeds into me, and I'll feed into the community. So we'll just have a better communication. But I want to recognize Bruce Power, and I also like to recognize Ken Jackson, Gary Jackson. He will be doing a lot of the work. Mike's going like this. This is a $20,000 project, and he's, between the both of them, we're getting it all done for 85, not $1 in taxpayers. It's not really a fixed structure in the park. If we have to move it, if we have to rearrange after we do our necessary water pumping station, we can. So I'm hoping I get full commitment from the council. We approve this project and the kids can have some fun, because you can also play badminton on it. I can't play volleyball, but I can play badminton. And I like to thank Doug and Stu, because they're going to go out there and raise some more money. So all the best. So thank you very much.
Further questions? Councillor Blackwell, please.
Thank you. This is for the manager. We had spoke a little bit about some ways to communicate about the project, and also that there's no trees that are going to come down. I'm just wondering if you can share just a little bit more about that.
Yep, certainly, through the mayor. No trees are coming down as part of this this part of the project with the volleyball. There's no plans to do that. And we will ensure that we generate a project page and put some information out there. We can even put one of our project notice signs up with QR codes, so anyone at the park kind of sees what's going on, can get some information online pretty easily that way.
Councillor Steinhoff-Gray, please.
Thank you. Through you, Chair. I think the important thing for us to keep in mind moving forward, I think this is a great installment. It's a good way to have something that's readily accessible to the public. But the one thing I might do as a friendly amendment was just if I could refer back to staff, just so that we can start to get that engagement, because I think it's important that we think about the long-term vision of this park. And I think it's positive. But to Councillor Stewart's point, he is going to be a conduit to the community, but I'd like a plan in place, because as much as I trust you, Bill, I think that council in general should be aware of what the community's thinking long-term for that park. I think it's an important consideration as we look at how we want to manage these properties moving forward. And so if we could start the engagement, I think it'd be fantastic. And I want to thank everyone who's making this possible. A lot of people donated this, so it is not coming out of tax dollars. And I don't think it'll have a huge maintenance footprint for us. So from that perspective, I applaud the creativity in getting installments. But again, just making sure that engagement piece is solidified would be fantastic. Thank you.
All in favor of the motion? And that's carried. Development Services Roll File Digitization Project Update. We need a mover and seconder that council amend the 2026 operating budget to include $29,416 from the Building Reserve Fund and contingency reserve. Oh, that's the total. 70% from the Building Reserve Fund and 30% from the Contingency Reserve Fund to extend the Records Management Assistant position to December 2026. Moved by Councillors Kavanagh and Williams. Any discussion? Councillor Stewart, please.
Just to let the public know, and through you, Mayor, is that it's unbelievable, but I'm not sure if the public realize that we have to keep everything. I mean, we're not allowed to, it's not like 7 years after the CRA and everything. We literally have to keep everything. The warehouses that we fill up, and this should avoid the warehouses and everything. I know this has been at least a 5-year project and it'll continue on, but I don't think the people understand that every note has to be kept. Thank you.
To provide some clarity, there is a time limit to the retention. Yes. The clerk can speak more accurate.
Through you, Chair. There are definitely things that have to be kept forever. Minutes, staff reports, etc. Those do need to be kept forever. And the building department files are something that is very large and building permits do need to be kept forever. So this is a big one.
Further questions? All in favor? That's carried. All right, moving on to, are there any notice of motions for councillors? All right. Regarding the establishing a recreation and redevelopment reserve fund. We need a mover and seconder that the established recreation redevelopment reserve fund bylaw be deemed to be read a first, second, third time. Finally passed and numbered as bylaw 2026-061. Councillor Blackwell and Councillor Kavanagh. Any discussion? All in favor? That's carried. Tiverton District Lions Walk of Memories Agreement.
I'm the first vice president of the Tiverton Lions Club, so I won't be voting on this. Thank you.
So we need a mover and seconder that the Tiverton District Lions Walk of Memories Agreement 2026 be deemed to be read a first, second, third time. Finally passed and numbered as bylaw 2026-62. Councillor Williams and Blackwell, all in favor. That's carried. James Marshall, Deputy Fire Chief Appointment Bylaw. We need a mover and seconder that the James Marshall Deputy Fire Chief Appointment Bylaw be deemed to be read a first, second, third time. Finally passed and numbered as bylaw 2026-63. Councillors Stewart and Blackwell, all in favor. That's carried. Moving on to the consent agenda. These are routine and enacted in a motion unless anyone would like to withdraw one or more items for conversation either tonight or in a subsequent meeting. Councillor Steinhoff Gray, please.
Echo, Saugeen Habitat Collection, MOK. Could I pull that one back just for a discussion? Because it sounded like, based on timing of certain things, there was some consideration we should take with the concept of naturalization. I wouldn't mind looking at this. Could I just refer that back to staff? Is that possible?
That's okay. What are you looking for? Just clarification of what the issue is? Or?
They had asked us to deal with the Section 7 of the bylaw and a potential amendment. So if I could refer it back to staff.
Yep, so perhaps we can refer that to the clerk. She may have some information about that as we speak.
Okay. Referring to the clerk.
Yeah, so we will be bringing a report back to the next meeting. It's already in the works.
Anything further? Okay, seeing none, we need a mover and seconder that council approve the recommendations contained in the consent agenda dated May 27, 2026 and direct staff to proceed with all necessary administrative actions. Moved by councillors Kavanagh and Stewart. All in favor? And that's carried. Member of Council, general announcements. Councillor Williams.
No announcements.
Councillor Steinhoff Gray.
No announcements.
Councillor Kavanagh.
No announcements.
Councillor Stewart.
No announcements.
Councillor Blackwell.
Thank you very much.
No.
I'm sorry. There's a tour of Kincardine coming up this Saturday. I am volunteering at it. So if folks haven't registered, I think there's still a little bit of time to do that. Otherwise, watch out on the trails. There'll be lots and lots of bikers out there getting a bit muddy.
What is it?
The tour of Kincardine?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. It is a bicycle race through the trails of Kincardine. So I think the long course is like 30 kilometers. My husband signed up, and I keep telling him to maybe go out for a practice ride, but we'll see how that goes. Charles and I have a station in Alps Park to keep people going in the right direction. So Shane Hotchkiss has organized that for a couple of years, and the funding all goes back and supports our trails. Also, those who know my grandmother, we are having her celebration of life at the Walker House this weekend. My mom has baked lots of cookies because she was known as the cookie lady. So I know that there's going to be some community members coming out to that. So thanks very much.
The Walk for Alzheimer's is this coming Saturday, 10 o'clock at the Davidson Center. You can register prior to or show up that morning and give a contribution to that very worthy cause. CAO, any announcements? Not today. Okay. All right. We need a mover and seconder that council move into closed session pursuant to Section 239 of the Municipal Act as amended for the purpose of considering closed session minutes dated May 13, 2026, a proposed or pending acquisition or disposition of land by the municipality or local board, Bruce K. Holdings, Gary Street Development, personal matters about an identifiable individual, including municipal or local board employees or potential appointees to a local board ad hoc committee or other municipally controlled organization, BIA appointment. And further, that council return to regular open meeting upon completion. Moved by councillors Steinhoff, Gray, and Kavanaugh. All in favor? And that's carried.